Yo, what's up boys? Today we're diving deep into macro jungling, the part of the game that separates real junglers from just buff enjoyers. You can know all your flashy combos, retributions, or insane invade plays. But if your macro's weak, you'll always lose to that jungler who somehow shows up everywhere, takes every objective, and still outfarms you. So here are 8 macro jungle tips only pro junglers know. Let's go. Tip 1. First rotation wins the game. Your first rotation sets the tone for the entire match. A bad first clear can make your whole game feel like you're just reacting. Don't follow the same boring blue-red crab gank every single match. Instead, analyze before the minions even spawn. Which side has better CC? Which lane has early power? If your mid or roam has early prio, skip the second buff and go for an early invade or pressure play. If your team's comp is weak early, prioritize hitting level 4 safely. The first 90 seconds decide your map control. Pros don't stick to a pattern. They adapt instantly based on lane states and enemy jungler paths. Tip 2. Objective timing is everything. Macro isn't about fast hands. It's about sharp timing. Turtles, buffs, lithos, even enemy jungle respawns. They all run on the same invisible clock. If you're on the wrong side of the map when turtle's spawning, you already lost 30 seconds before the fight even started. Always path toward the next objective. Make sure nearby lanes are pushed so your team has prio before the objective spawns. Good junglers secure turtles. Great junglers set them up 30 seconds earlier. Control the timing, and you control the map. Tip 3. Pressure through presence. Here's the secret most players miss. You don't have to kill to create pressure. Sometimes, your presence alone wins lanes. Just walking into a bush or vanishing off the map makes enemies second-guess their position. That's how pros win before even showing up. You can clear jungle camps, then walk near side lanes just to bait spells or make them back off. It's psychological warfare. Move through vision spots, show briefly, then vanish again. Every time you make the enemy question, "Where's their jungler?" you're already winning macro. Tip 4. Lane management isn't just for gold laners. Junglers who ignore waves are basically playing half the game blind. Before every major fight or objective, help your team manage waves. If turtle's topside, shove mid or top before starting it. That way, enemies are forced to choose. Defend their lane or contest the objective. Even a single missed wave is hundreds of gold denied. And after fights, don't just recall, push the lane that's free. Macro junglers always think, if I die or take a fight here, who's catching that wave? Because if nobody does, that's wasted XP, and wasted XP means slower farm, slower level, and slower power spikes. Tip 5. Track the enemy jungler like a stalker. Macro junglers always know where the enemy jungler is, or at least where they should be. Pay attention to who showed on which lane, which crab is gone, or which buff was taken first. If you see their mid helping on red buff, you instantly know their rotation path. That means you can predict where they'll show next. Use that info to plan invades, counterganks, or cross maps. Information is the real weapon. It's not about spamming pings, it's about anticipation. That's why it looks like pros are reading the future. They're not guessing, they're tracking. Tip 6. Cross-map punishment. Every time the enemy jungler makes a play, you should already be making another. If they gank bot, don't chase late. Go top, steal their camps, or secure turtle. The goal is to trade, not to copy. Macro means you punish, not panic. If they commit 3 heroes bottom, you instantly make a move on the other side. That's how you stay even in gold even when your team's losing fights. Cross-mapping is what keeps pressure balanced and tempo in your hands. You're not reacting to the enemy, you're forcing them to react to you. Hey, if you're still watching, you're clearly serious about improving, so go ahead and hit that sub button. I drop guides like this all the time, and trust me, it'll level up your game faster than grinding alone. Alright, let's move on. Tip 7. Play for power spikes. Every hero has power spikes, some early, some late. If your hero scales into late game like Aldous, Fredrin, or Ling, you don't need to force early fights. Focus XP and gold until your core items or key levels. But if you're on an early tempo hero, like Marty's or Nolan, you better be forcing fights before the enemy scales. Pro junglers don't just fight because the opportunity's there. They fight because the timing's right. Know when your damage spikes, and plan your fights around that. Even if you're behind, play around small spikes, like retribution upgrades, jungle creep buffs, or team ult cooldowns. Every tiny edge matters when you think macro. Tip 8. Always think about win condition. This is the highest level macro concept most players never get. Every draft has a win condition, a way your comp wins the game. Maybe it's by snowballing early, maybe it's by scaling into the late game, or maybe it's about playing around one hero. Your job as a jungler is to identify that and play around it. If your comp relies on objectives, you play for vision and rotation. If your team wins with picks, you play fog and bait fights. Don't just farm and gank randomly. Every move should push your comp closer to its win condition. That's what separates good junglers from pro ones. Pros don't play their game. They make the enemy play theirs. And that's it. 8 macro jungle tips only the real pros understand. If even one of these hit you like, damn, I never thought of that, then drop a like, hit that sub, and share this to your jungler buddy who still farms while Lord's punching your base. Play smart, play patient, and remember, mechanics win fights, but macro wins games. See you next one, legends.